Alright guys, welcome back. Today is a very, very, very important video, okay? And this one looks a little different because we're actually just working on a worksheet. This is actually graphic organizer number 5. You need to go ahead and grab it because you're going to be doing this with me right now. So graphic organizer number 5, we're going to show you how to do this. This is actually something called an error analysis. And this is a type of question you're going to see on your I-STEP. You're also going to see it at the end of this lesson as a collaborative problem, although I don't want you to do it collaboratively. I think I want you to do it individually. So that being said, this problem, if you read it, it says to do on your own. A student's steps to evaluating an expression are shown, and it shows you the student work right here. And this is what they did. They started with the expression and they were solving it. All right, and then down here it said describe all errors. Now, this is really important because what it wants you to do is not only does it want you to come up with the correct solution, but it wants you to describe the errors using math vocabulary, okay? And that's where things get a little bit difficult because there's specific expectations for this. So I'm going to get started on showing you how you would do these. First thing, you always do the actual question first. So you can't tell what an error is until you know what the correct answer and how to do it. So we're going to take that expression and we're going to move it over here, which is 2 cubed plus, in parentheses, 6 times 2 times 2 minus 4 times 1/2. And here's what we're going to go ahead and start doing. Okay, we're going to actually solve this question by doing it first on our own. So let's go ahead and do step 1 on our own. We would start by doing what's in parentheses. Well, we have 2 things in parentheses here, so let's go ahead and work from left to right. So 6 times 2 is 12. So we have 2 cubed plus 12 times 2, which is still in parentheses because we're not done, minus 4 times 1/2. After that, you do 12 times 2, which is 2 cubed plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. The next thing you need to do is your exponent, which is 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 8 plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. The next thing you would do is you would do multiplying, okay? So 4 times 1/2, well, that just simply means the same thing as what's half of 4, which half of 4 is 2. So 8 plus 24 minus 2. All right, then we're going to do adding and subtracting from left to right. So 8 plus 24 is 32 minus 2, and 32 minus 2 gives us an answer of 30. Now, if you look at their answer, they got 13. So somebody messed up. And I'm going to tell you, if you trust yourself and trust what you do, and honestly, they always make an error in these, so you're the one that's right. So let's go ahead and figure out what they did. So the first thing that they did, all right, is they did do parentheses. They had 6, right? We did 6 times 2. Well, they did 2 times 2 first, which gives them 4. I'm going to be honest with you, although that looks like an error because we tell you from left to right, it doesn't change anything. So that's actually not an error in this particular case. But let's move on. Okay, in step 1, and this is what you do. You look down their step and you go exactly how they would do. So what would you do? 6 times 4? Well, that would give you 24. You're good. So what would you do? The next step that you would do would be cubed. 2 cubed. Well, what did they get for 2 cubed? Well, they got 6. All right, so that's an error right there. 2 cubed is 8, not 6. So we know that they screwed up the exponent, which isn't. It should be an 8. Let's see what else they did, because it doesn't mean, a lot of times there's multiple errors. It doesn't mean that we're done. So what would you do next? Well, the next thing that you would actually do is 4 times 1/2, which would give you 2. But it looks like they did 6 plus 24 minus 4, which means they didn't follow the order of operations. So here's another error, okay? Now, we have to be careful. What you actually did is your error was actually the 2 cubed. That was the error, and over here, the error was following the order of operations in step 3. And that's where you need to be careful. So here we're going to go, we're going to explain it. Now, it says down here that you need to describe all the errors. Well, I created for this one and this one only a word bank for you. You can use this type of word bank or these specific words pretty much for every single error analysis question. Okay, you can use these. And you're going to do one on your own, and I want you to use some of those same words. But those are the words that we need to use, and we need to use 6 of them. Okay, we need 6 of those words. We need 6 math vocabulary words to describe the errors, and we want to fill those lines completely. Okay, so we want to completely fill those lines describing the error. So if you look in step 2, okay, in step 2, the student evaluated the exponent. Look at that, I've got number 1, okay? Exponent was one of them. Okay, I'm going to even put a 1 up there. Evaluate the exponent incorrectly. And I'm going to have to write smaller because I got a lot to write. So you have to be careful. Incorrectly. He multiplied, look at that, that's number 2. He multiplied 2 times 3 instead of 2 times 2 times 2 to get a product. Look at that, that's another one, of 8. Okay, so there we go. So let's make sure I got number 2 there, and I got 3 there. So I already got 3 words. Let's go ahead and continue. He also, okay, I'm going to say it's a he also did not follow the order of operations Now, as I do this, I need to tell you that you cannot use PEMDAS because PEMDAS is a strategy. They want vocabulary words, so PEMDAS is not one, and they did that in step 3. Okay? He should have, you should multiply before adding and subtracting. And if you look right there, here we go. Okay, so describe the errors. Well, in step 2, the student evaluated the exponent incorrectly. He multiplied 2 times 3 instead of 2 times 2 times 2 to get a product of 8. He also did not follow the order of operations. Hey, look at that. That is my 4th word. In step 3, he should multiply. Hey, I used multiply again, but that's okay. He should multiply before adding. There's 6. And subtracting. That's 7. I did 7 words. Now, one of the things I would like to do, if you have room, is say the correct answer should be 30. Okay? So if you have room, the correct answer should be 30. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an error analysis. Now, these are really, really important, and you need to make sure that you've got this one. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to do the second one on this piece of paper on your own, and then you're going to watch the rest of the video to see if you got it right. Okay, so you are going to watch, actually it's going to be the next video you're going to watch to see if you got it right. All right, so do the second one and then watch the video to see if you got it correct, and then you'll turn it in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.